They didn't just steal money from you. They stole time. They stole opportunities. They stole connections, ideas, credit, and spiritual momentum. And the most painful part, they did it while smiling in your face. Some of them called themselves friends. Some called themselves family. Some pretended to be mentors. But behind closed doors, they were draining you dry. If this resonates, hit like right now, because only chosen ones recognize this truth. You notice things slowly disappearing from your life. Your peace, your motivation, your clarity, your luck. You worked twice as hard and got half the results. Meanwhile, certain people around you suddenly started thriving off energy you know wasn't theirs. That's not coincidence, that's spiritual theft. And yes, it is real. There are people who don't build, they siphon. They don't create, they copy. They don't pray, they plot. And when they couldn't become you, they try to take from you. But the universe keeps records. Every lie, every manipulation, every stolen advantage. Nothing ever disappears. You felt it in your body, the exhaustion that didn't match your workload, the sadness that didn't match your circumstances, the heaviness that appeared out of nowhere. That was your soul saying, "Someone is pulling from me." And now the cord is being cut. If you've ever felt like you were being drained, comment, "I see it now" below. Because awareness is the first sign that the power is returning to you. They didn't choose you randomly. They chose you because you carry something rare. You have vision. You have intuition. You have magnetism. You have spiritual protection they can't understand. People who lack inner light try to feed on those who glow naturally. That's how parasites survive. Your presence changes rooms. Your words change minds. Your dreams scare people who live small lives. So instead of rising to your level, they try to pull you down to theirs. Have you ever noticed how the more you tried to improve yourself, the more resistance you felt from certain people? That wasn't jealousy, that was fear. Fear that if you became who you were meant to be, they would lose access to what they were stealing. That's why they talked behind your back. That's why they created confusion. That's why they tried to isolate you. They needed you weak so they could stay powerful. If you've ever wondered why certain people worked harder to slow you down than to fix their own lives, type "Now I understand" in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Mirror of the Soul. This channel is for the awakened only. There is a law in this universe that cannot be avoided. What is taken unjustly must be returned with interest. It might take days. It might take months. But when the balance tips, it tips violently. Those who stole from you thought they got away with it because you stayed quiet. But silence isn't weakness, it's divine patience. The universe was watching while you healed, and now it's time to collect. They are about to experience sudden losses. Lost friendships, lost money, lost stability, lost reputation. And the craziest part, it will come from directions they never expected. You don't have to attack. You don't have to expose. You don't have to fight. The universe is far more ruthless than any human. They may look fine on the surface, but behind the scenes, everything is cracking. Their money is unstable. Their relationships are tense. Their peace is gone. Their sleep is disturbed. Their luck has reversed. The same people who once laughed at you now feel threatened by you. The same people who once ignored you now watch you. Why? Because they feel the shift. When stolen energy returns to its owner, the thief feels empty. They are starting to argue with each other. They are starting to lose support. They are starting to make desperate choices. That's not random, that's karma activating. You don't even need revenge. Time is already doing it for you. You wondered why, even when things were hard, you never truly broke. That was divine protection. They tried to drain you. They tried to delay you. They tried to discourage you, but they could never destroy what was God-aligned. While they were stealing, you were being prepared. While they were plotting, you were being strengthened. While they were lying, you were being elevated. That's why you survived what should have destroyed you. That's why you still have dreams. That's why you're still here watching this message. There was a moment, maybe you felt it in your heart, maybe in your dreams, when everything changed. You suddenly felt lighter, clearer, more confident. That was not imagination. That was the universe pulling your stolen energy back home. When energy returns, it doesn't whisper, it floods. That's why your creativity is waking up again. That's why ideas are flowing. That's why you're suddenly seeing new paths that weren't visible before. You are stepping back into alignment with your true power. Your enemies feel this too, but in reverse. Their inspiration is gone. Their motivation is gone. Their confidence is crumbling. When someone steals energy instead of building their own, they collapse when the source is removed. The universe never returns things evenly, it returns them with interest. If they took your peace, you will gain deep emotional stability. If they took your opportunities, you will receive greater ones. If they took your credit, you will receive recognition that can't be denied. You didn't lose time, you were being trained. You didn't lose energy, you were being refined. You didn't lose blessings. They were being protected until you were ready to hold them. Your enemies thought they were winning, but they were unknowingly carrying seeds they couldn't grow. The moment they lost access to you, those stolen seeds began to rot. You don't see it, but they are panicking. They are watching you become more confident. They are watching you get happier. They are watching doors open for you. And they don't understand how. They thought without them you would fall. Instead, you're rising. That's the nightmare of anyone who tried to sabotage a chosen one, watching you succeed without their control. Their minds are racing. Their sleep is disturbed. Their conversations about you have increased. When someone steals from you, they become afraid of your return, because deep down they know they are not clean. You had to lose what was false so you could receive what was real. Fake friends had to leave. Fake support had to vanish. Fake opportunities had to fall apart. Because you were being prepared for something far greater than what you were settling for. They thought they took from you, but in truth, they helped clear the path. They removed distractions. They revealed who could not walk with you into your next level. Sometimes God allows thieves into your life not to punish you, but to show you what doesn't belong to you anymore. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer overlooked. You are no longer underestimated. The same people who once dismissed you will soon be forced to acknowledge you, not because you begged, but because your results will speak louder than your pain ever did. They stole from you when you were quiet. Now they will watch you shine when you are unstoppable. Your confidence is returning. Your voice is getting stronger. Your boundaries are solid. And your future is opening. There comes a moment when people can no longer hide who they really are, and that moment has arrived for your enemies. The lies they told about you are beginning to fall apart. The stories they used to manipulate others are collapsing under their own weight. Truth has a way of surfacing when someone builds their life on deception. You may notice people starting to question them. You may notice their tone changing. You may notice their influence weakening. That's because light is exposing what darkness was hiding. They spent years playing a role, pretending to be loyal, pretending to be supportive, pretending to be righteous. But you can only wear a mask for so long before it cracks, and theirs is breaking now. Every manipulation is a boomerang. Every lie has an echo. Every stolen blessing has a price. The same tactics they used to confuse you will now confuse them. The same schemes they used to trap you will now trap them. The same chaos they planted in your life will now grow in theirs. You didn't have to do anything. You simply stayed true, and truth is the most dangerous weapon in the universe. They are now dealing with betrayals from people they trusted. They are being lied to. They are being deceived, because energy always returns to its sender. You don't have to explain your story anymore. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to prove anything. Your life will speak for you. As your success becomes visible, people will start connecting dots. They will see how you were treated. They will realize who was lying. They will understand who was really behind the drama. Your silence was not weakness, it was strategy. While they talked, you grew. While they complained, you evolved. And now your results are impossible to ignore. You are about to receive things you never even imagined asking for. Better connections, healthier relationships, unexpected opportunities, deep inner peace, financial growth, spiritual clarity. Everything that was taken from you is being replaced with something far greater. What they tried to steal has been upgraded. That's how divine justice works. It doesn't just restore, it elevates. One day soon, you will look back and realize the betrayal was the breakthrough. The theft was the redirection. The pain was the preparation. You didn't lose, you shed what was blocking you. Your enemies thought they were winning, but they were unknowingly pushing you into your destiny. And now, as their world begins to shake, yours is finally stabilizing. There is a kind of collapse that doesn't happen slowly, it happens suddenly. One day things look stable, and the next day everything they depended on starts falling apart at the same time. Their income becomes uncertain. Their relationships become unstable. Their reputation becomes questionable. This is what happens when someone builds their life on stolen energy instead of earned power. What they took from you was never meant to hold their world together, so when it leaves, everything begins to shake. They will not understand why their luck has vanished. They will not understand why people no longer trust them. They will not understand why doors that used to be open are now closed. But deep down, their spirit will know. Something inside them will whisper, "This is the cost." And the scariest part is they will realize there is no way to undo it. You, however, will feel something very different. You will feel relief. You will feel lightness. You will feel as if an invisible weight has been lifted from your chest. Because when stolen energy returns to its rightful owner, the soul finally breathes again. If you've already felt that sense of release, hit like and comment, "I feel free." The greatest punishment for someone who stole from you is not suffering. It is watching you thrive without them. They will see you become stronger, calmer, wiser, more magnetic, and more successful, and they will know they were part of the chapter you outgrew. That realization will hurt them more than any loss of money or status ever could. They once believed you needed them. They once believed you were nothing without them. Now they will watch you build a life they no longer have access to. And here is the divine irony. The very things they tried to take from you, like your joy, your confidence, and your future, will become the things that shine the brightest in your life. Their jealousy will grow as your peace grows. Their regret will deepen as your freedom expands. You spent too long trying to explain yourself, too long trying to be understood, too long trying to show people your heart. But there comes a moment in every chosen one's life when they realize you don't need to convince anyone of your worth when your life begins to reflect it. You will no longer chase validation. You will no longer beg for respect. You will no longer tolerate being overlooked. Your energy will speak before your mouth ever does. Your presence will command attention without you trying. Your success will answer questions you never asked. And the people who once doubted you will feel uncomfortable around your glow. If you're ready to step into that unshakable confidence, hit like, subscribe to Mirror of the Soul, and comment, "I know my value." There is a version of you waiting, a version that no longer feels tired, anxious, or uncertain. A version that wakes up excited about the future. a version that is surrounded by people who truly respect and support them. That version exists because everything that was stolen from you is being restored in a new form. You will attract better love. You will receive greater opportunities. You will experience deeper peace. You will walk with clarity instead of confusion. And when you look back at what you survived, you will realize the betrayal didn't break you, it built you. The loss didn't weaken you, it redirected you. And the theft didn't empty you, it made room for more. Here is the truth they will have to live with forever. They tried to stop a chosen one, and all they did was activate them. They tried to take from you, and they gave you the fire to become unstoppable. They tried to slow you down, and they forced you to grow stronger. They tried to silence you, and they helped you find your voice. Now, while they deal with the consequences of what they did, you will be walking into the rewards of who you are. And that is something no one can ever take from you. If this message touched your soul, like this video, subscribe to Mirror of the Soul and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And tell me in the comments, who do you think will regret underestimating you the most?